I am holding in my hands an 1860 New Orleans Mint seeded dollar. It's in very low condition. It has scratches on the back, some gouges, and you can barely see the O mint mark right here. Now, this came into the coin shop. So I've kept it up front for people who might come in who's interested in buying a low grade and low priced seeded dollar. Well, it doesn't look like that my price is so low. The mintage for this is what's crazy. It's 515,000. I mean, less than a million, obviously. Almost just half a million, just a little over half a million. And you would think this coin would be worth thousands of dollars. And the fact that the survival rate seems to be lower. I mean, you can look at population reports of the graded examples, and then you can go to different places and take a look. But what I want to show you here, before I go further on this one is a seeded dollar. I didn't fail to see the increase from 35 to 40 on the gray sheet too, by the way. Someone did make that comment. But that's what we're looking at here. Beautiful coins, regal. I think they are just as comparable to a Morgan dollar, although I like the Morgan dollar better. But when these are in the higher grades, they are a coin to behold. And they speak of an era, a patriotic era to me, going all the way back. They started minting in 1840. So that's what it reminds me of, maybe something different to other people. So looking at these mintages, this is a 2023 red book, and like I said, I sell these on the site. I highly recommend buying one. I'm going to show you these briefly, but you can see some of the mintages here. 20,000, 24,000, the 1840, 61,000. Who wouldn't want the first year of this if you could find one? You can see the 59,000. And so 1840s when they started, all the way up to 1873, which some of these here would be probably, it's per 73S is 700. But anyway, look at all these mintages. I mean, the highest mintage of them all is the 72 and the 71. The rest of them are really low mintages. But yet, it's not reflective in their prices. And we'll show you that. We'll take a look. So I come over to Heritage Sold Auctions, and 17,531 have sold on Heritage over the last 2 decades. That is phenomenal. I mean, that speaks volumes of how many are actually out there that were graded. Some of these sold weren't graded. Way back in the day, some Heritage used to sell some that weren't graded. But that's less than the mintage of the lowest mintage almost. I mean, there's some of them here a little bit lower mintage, but what I mean is it's pretty comparable. I mean, that's just very low amount. So going down through here, we see a 42 that had a cleaning, very fine detail, sold for $336. Now, we want to go to the most recent, because some of these are from 2022. These are recent, but what I mean is you want to make sure you go to the recent ones. AU50 sold for $780. Now, if we're looking at, you can come over here and look at AG or P1 to AG and get an idea of what some of them have sold for. Now, the 1847 is much more rare than the 1871. But because it was in a P1 holder, it sold for $216, and the 71 sold for $252. The thing of it is the mintages are so whoppered on those. I mean, they're lopsided. When you take the mintage of the 71 at 1,073,800, and then you go to the 47, that's 140,750. You would think, regardless of this grade, this would have to be worth more than this one by far. Why are these like this? You would know if people would actually get into these and start, even if you just bought a date set, because some of them might be a little too rare, these would just blow up in value because there would not be enough if enough people started collecting these and wanting these. That's what I try to tell people. Rarity is great. Low mintages are, they sound great. It sounds great for a low mintage, but that doesn't mean that coin's going to be worth more money. These coins are old, right? I mean, 1840s, 60s, 70s. But that doesn't mean they're worth money either. If nobody wants your coin, it's not going to be worth anything, no matter how much you think it's rare and how great you think it is. I think these coins are great. I know their mintages are low. The design's okay. I like the design, but people don't want them. They might want one, but they think they're unattainable, but they really aren't. I think that's part of the problem. What spark is it going to take to blow these up? Because they are definitely a sleeper series. I mean, this is one of the series that could really, if something special happens that causes these to gain a demand, these would really grow up in value. They could double in value. Some of them could even more than that, because there's some of them are just unattainable. I know with the economy right now, maybe not, but maybe in the future when things calm down a little bit, things are less expensive, people have a little more income. But I'll tell you what, maybe these are just not getting in front of the right people. There's still houses out there being sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. People are buying them all the time. And yeah, they're financing, but to be able to afford a home and put the down payment down, you have to have some money. There's people out there that have it. I know a house is more important than a coin, but you would think, you know, here we go. If you like coins, if you got that person interested in the coins, you know, I think that's the thing. People like that aren't interested in coins. They've got other things that they're thinking about. But if they're introduced to this, what could happen? I mean, you wouldn't want them to buy everybody else out of the market, obviously. I mean, you wouldn't want them to price everybody else out. We've had some of that that's happened in the past. But anyways, so we're looking over on eBay, seeded dollars. $390 you can buy an 1872. But what if you had a lower, let's say the lowest mintage, or one of the lowest mintages, 1840 is the first year. So let's just do 1840 and see if we can come up with one. Now, you remember the prices on some of these. You know, 390, 465, 899 best offer. And 1840 is a much lower mintage. And you can buy it for similar pricing, 875. I know it's a little bit more, but it's not a whole lot more. I've seen people pay this much for CCs and GSA holders graded 66. You know, certain ones. So, you know, this is really not crazy prices for coins that are low mintage. This is the first year. You could find you a low grade example and have you, you know, like first year of the seeded dollar. Now, there's not very many over here on the site for 1840, but I don't even know if you would even find the 1844. So let's just take a look at the 1844. Might have to go to Heritage to see if any of those sold. I mean, I'm amazed. I can buy an 1844 seeded dollar, and it's AU details here, and it looks like it's all thin. Yeah, it's not graded though, but the mintage is only 20,000. How can I get that coin for $750? This is nuts. This is a silver coin. It's still it blows my mind. Here's another one, $750. I mean, $480.53. Now you got to watch. You want to make sure that your coin is authentic. It has to, you know. So let's take a look at this one here. See if there's anything crazy and glaring about it that makes it look like it's off. See, it looks, I mean, okay, it's got a hole in it, but still, there's only 20,000 of them in it. Is most of the mintage still in existence? Is that what it is? I mean, if it was, wouldn't there be more over here on eBay besides, you know, the handful we're seeing? I doubt it. If these were more numerous, they'd be selling more. I mean, it is maybe the price of coins hinges on, one, people wanting the coin, which is demand, low mintage. So you have more people wanting the same coins that's available. But there's also got to be some other factors that play into this. You know, there has to be, you know, timing and different things that happen to make something worth something and desirable. So there has to be maybe there needs to be a little bit more of these available that might help it. It's kind of hard to believe. You would think you would need more of something to make it more valuable, but maybe that's the case in some of these. So over here on collectors.com is another place where you can buy coins. And these coins, basically, all these listings are scraped from eBay and coin dealers all over the United States and maybe even the world, their websites. So you might see one of my coins over here once in a while. But that's the thing. Here's more of them that are for sale, and you can maybe come up with a date set or something, I don't know, or find a real nice deal on one. That's one of the other places. Or looking at PCGS prices, and we're looking at every single one of them here. G4, I mean, we're talking a few $100s. The price of an uncirculated CC, but a coin that is much more rare. Now, some of them, 1851, and what it is there's restrikes of those and all that, so that makes them a little bit different. So yeah, that's very expensive. So you probably wouldn't be able to get the 1851 if you was on a certain budget. And the 1853 600. So looking at this though, you can put together a pretty decent seeded dollar collection for very little money, honestly. I mean, yeah, it's going to cost you a few grand, but it's still not crazy. Here's a 70cc. The mintage on this one is 11,758. They've got it listed in G4 for 1250. That's insane. I mean, it's a CC. Here's a 71cc, but that one's 5,000. They only minted 1,376 of those. I mean, and you still get it for $5,000. I mean, how many are left? I mean, let's just take a look. To me, it's fun looking at this stuff because I've not looked at the Seeded Dollar series in a long time, and I saw it on the cover of the gray sheet here, and it just sparked the thing that, this is one series I've not really covered or talked about. But look at the population report. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money. I mean, I know $1,000, $3,500 is a lot. $5,000 is a lot. But you're getting a coin with a mintage of only 1376, and probably only a few hundred survived, if that. To me, and here's the CC on the back. Let's just take a look at this one. This is a beautiful coin. Look at this thing. Here's the CC. They are nice looking coins. Now, yes, it's a manly looking woman type thing on there, but I mean, just the rest of the design is fine. You just don't focus on the minor stuff. And another one, a 72, which is the higher mintage. We're looking at, $1,000. I mean, if you wanted to get one in mint state, you're still looking at, 2,500, but man, it'd be a beautiful coin. I mean, they are very nice coins in their own right, and very low mintage, undervalued in my opinion. They're way undervalued. Let's take a look at my lowball beauty. I would take less than $275 for it. A lot of people want deals or they use credit card up front, and I have to account for certain things, but I'm kind of keeping it just to have for inventory because I don't have one. Don't see them come up all that often, even though they are readily available. You do have to pay the retail for them, and sometimes a little over retail. That's just the way it is. But man, you saw what I saw. You can get your red book out, take a look at all these mintages, go over to eBay, see the prices, and see what they're selling for. That's one of the things. Let's do that. The 71cc. Let's see if there's one over here that has 71cc. See what they're actually selling for lately. I mean, some of the prices have gone up some, right? I mean, this one sold May 6th, 2022. It's genuine extra fine details. It only sold for $4,200. I mean, that is an extremely rare coin. And it's a silver coin. It's a big silver dollar. It's not some real tiny coin or whatever. I mean, that's amazing. Here's another one, $63,300. I know that's a lot of money. I get that. But still, for a coin that has a mintage of less than 1,400. So anyways, there's a little trip down Seeded Dollar lane, I guess. Kind of a different video, but we're looking at a few things from a really rare coin and some really rare dates. And, a nice design, but undervalued. I mean, it just seems like it would be. Maybe one of these days, people will start looking at the Seeded Dollar. There'll become a demand for them, and next thing you know, they'll be unattainable because some of these mintages, I just don't see how. I don't see how they can be so low in value. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please hit the sub button and the bell to get all notifications, and have a great day.